Reacher's future on Prime Video means Alan Ritchson is about to beat a Tom Cruise record. Considering Reacher's future on Amazon Prime Video, it looks like Alan Ritchson will easily break a Tom Cruise record. Based on Lee Child's Jack Reacher books, both the Amazon show and the two Tom Cruise starring movies presented their takes on Jack Reacher. While both experienced some level of success with their adaptation of Lee Child's stories, one seems to have accomplished a lot more from a critical and commercial standpoint. The Tom Cruise movies had a decent start when the first Jack Reacher flick earned almost $220 million against a budget of $60 million. Its sequel, however, failed to leave its mark at the box office after barely earning enough to break even. Even the critical reception for both films remained mixed. Amazon's Reacher, in contrast, has performed exceptionally well critically and commercially. It is not only becoming one of Prime Video's most valuable IPs, but also boasts an above 90% Rotten Tomatoes critic score. Alan Ritchson's portrayal of Reacher also breaks a record set by Tom Cruise. While Tom Cruise's first Jack Reacher movie premiered in 2012, its sequel hit the big screens 4 years later in 2016. This allowed Tom Cruise to remain the live-action Jack Reacher for 4 long years. Alan Ritchson, on the other hand, started playing the character in 2022. Although he has only played the character for a little over 3 years so far, he will eventually break Tom Cruise's Jack Reacher streak. Reacher's return after Season 4 has already been confirmed. This suggests that after Reacher Season 3 lands on Prime Video in 2025, the show will receive another installment. Most details surrounding Reacher Season 4 remain undisclosed. However, considering the show's release schedule, it could be released sometime in 2026. By 2026, Alan Ritchson will have played the Lee Child character for more than 4 years, making him the longest-running live-action actor to portray Jack Reacher. Although Ritchson is already considered synonymous with the character after his portrayal in Seasons 1 and 2, his continued involvement with the series for years to come will further solidify his association with the role. Presently, Tom Cruise seems to have a greater number of years under his belt as Jack Reacher. However, when it comes to screen time, Ritchson is far ahead because of the Amazon show's television format. Ritchson's portrayal of the character has also been appreciated more by most viewers and critics because he looks the part. Perfectly aligning with Lee Child's descriptions of the character, Alan Ritchson is incredibly tall and muscle-bound. He also has a solid screen presence and convincingly portrays Jack Reacher's brute strength and invincibility. With his acting forte, Tom Cruise, too, did a commendable job of portraying the fictional character. However, many followers of Lee Child's works were disappointed with his casting, because Jack Reacher's colossal stature is one of the primary markers of his identity in the books. Without his height and wide frame, Jack Reacher would just be any other fictional detective or action hero. This makes Alan Ritchson's run as Jack Reacher far more impressive than Tom Cruise's. When Amazon Prime Video released its series Reacher, based on the popular Jack Reacher novels by Lee Child, it quickly became clear that this was more than just another crime drama. Reacher represented a major leap forward for both the franchise and its leading actor, Alan Ritchson. As the series continues to gain momentum, Ritchson is poised to surpass a long-standing record set by none other than Tom Cruise, who famously portrayed Reacher in 2 big-budget films. Tom Cruise's portrayal of Jack Reacher in Jack Reacher 2012 and Jack Reacher Never Go Back 2016 was met with mixed reactions. While Cruise brought his signature intensity to the role, many fans of the novels felt he was physically miscast. Reacher, as described in the books, is a hulking 6'5" ex-military police officer with a dominating presence. Cruise, at 5'7", didn't fit that mold. Though the films were commercially successful, Cruise never quite embodied the physicality of the character that many fans had envisioned. Alan Ritchson, on the other hand, is almost the embodiment of the Jack Reacher fans have been waiting for. Standing at 6'2" and possessing a muscular frame, Ritchson's Reacher is a force to be reckoned with. His ability to convey both the brute strength and quiet intellect of the character has been key to the show's success. With Reacher on Prime Video already renewed for multiple seasons, Ritchson is on track to eclipse Cruise's 2-film run and set a new standard for the character on screen. The importance of casting for character longevity. One of the primary reasons Ritchson is likely to surpass Cruise in portraying Jack Reacher is due to the nature of long-form television storytelling. Unlike movies, which typically condense complex narratives into 2-hour blocks, television series have the luxury of exploring characters and plots in greater depth. In the case of Reacher, Prime Video has the opportunity to delve into more of the 28 and counting novels in Lee Child's series, giving Ritchson ample time to grow into the role and make it his own. Tom Cruise's two-film portrayal, while entertaining, was limited by the constraints of the medium. He was tasked with cramming the essence of Jack Reacher into a few hours, whereas Ritchson has multiple seasons to explore the nuances of the character. As Reacher on Prime Video continues, it's expected that Ritchson will not only play the character for a longer period of time, but also in more depth than Cruise ever could. Reacher's physicality. Why Ritchson is the right fit. Physicality is central to Jack Reacher's identity. In Lee Child's novels, Reacher's imposing size and strength are as much a part of his character as his sharp mind and relentless sense of justice. This is where Ritchson truly shines. His background in athletics and his previous roles in action-heavy projects, such as Titans and The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, have prepared him well for the demanding physical requirements of Reacher. Ritchson's portrayal captures the raw power and menace that Reacher's enemies face when they cross paths with him. His fight scenes are gritty and realistic, much closer to what fans of the books had imagined. This physical authenticity has not only won over viewers, but has set Ritchson apart from Cruise's version of the character. In many ways, it has made Ritchson the definitive Jack Reacher. Tom Cruise's legacy and the transition to television. While it's easy to compare Ritchson's and Cruise's portrayals of Reacher, it's important to note that Tom Cruise's legacy in action films is secure. Cruise's Jack Reacher films were part of a larger filmography filled with iconic action roles, from Top Gun to the Mission Impossible series. However, Jack Reacher was never going to be Cruise's defining role, whereas it has the potential to become Ritchson's. The shift from film to television is also significant in understanding why Ritchson is poised to surpass Cruise's record. Streaming platforms like Prime Video offer greater flexibility in terms of pacing, character development, and episode count, allowing for richer storytelling. As Reacher's world expands on screen, Ritchson has the chance to tackle more of the stories that fans have loved for decades. Each novel provides new adventures, new villains, and new challenges for Reacher, and Ritchson is more than up to the task of bringing them to life. What lies ahead for Alan Ritchson's Reacher? With Reacher already greenlit for a second season and a growing fan base eager to see more, it's clear that Alan Ritchson's portrayal of Jack Reacher is here to stay. As Prime Video continues to adapt the novels, Ritchson will have the opportunity to explore new dimensions of the character, from his troubled past in the military to his nomadic lifestyle. If the series continues its trajectory, Ritchson is well on his way to breaking Tom Cruise's record for portraying Jack Reacher. Where Cruise left off after 2 films, Ritchson is just getting started. Given the success of the first season, the engaging writing, and Ritchson's commanding presence, there's no telling how far Reacher will go on Prime Video. One thing is certain, Ritchson is about to set a new standard for Jack Reacher, one that will likely stand for years to come. There's no telling how far Reacher will go on Prime Video. One thing is certain, Ritchson is about to set a new standard for Jack Reacher, one that will likely stand for years to come.